Tuning in for some movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. Let's hear those movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. And action.
Hello Flickers, and we are looking at the 2015 romantic comedy Trainwreck, starring Amy Schumer, Bill Hader and Brie Larson.
Yeah, directed by Judd Apatow and written by Amy Schumer as well. It is it is very good. There's got some really good comedy moments in it, but it does get let down a couple of times with Amy by the character with the same name as well. But she does have some really nice touching moments, I would have said, with it. It's kind of, the story itself is based on two girls who have basically had this dad who then, it starts off with his dad having this lovely conversation about a sort of a way of describing what it's like to cheat with the use of their dolls. And it's kind of awkward, but really funny, and probably one of the best descriptions of kind of how to talk about it, really. Especially for two young girls. That's really weird. But it then sort of leads on to, we meet Amy later, and she's an adult, and she's really not into monogamy whatsoever. She is literally like the female version of a lad who just goes out, sleeps with guys, doesn't even stay the same night either. She will just up and go or chuck them out. But then things do change, and she meets this doctor, and she starts having real feelings for someone. So it kind of gets her in this little quagmire of not really wanting to commit, but actually having some deep-seated feelings for someone. That was quite an awkward thing for her to do, but it does come off quite well, really, with that little transition of just realising what she's been doing with her life, and then maybe the way that her sister has kind of been, which is she's married and she's got a kid and she's just about to have a kid as well, but she's settled down and she's kind of cool, and then, you know, is her sister kind of right to have that kind of relationship, or is it better to be, you know, kind of, you know, single and out having fun? It
tries to stay away from a lot of the romantic comedy tropes. It tries hard. It does succeed for the most part. It is funny, and more funny than romantic, which of course is one of the main reasons why a lot of romantic comedies fail. It is more of a comedy, and Amy is a very a different sort of romantic heroine, if you will. Very much an anti-romantic heroine to begin with, and seeing her acting effectively like you said, like a ladette.
Yeah.
And going through not wanting these long-term relationships and thinking she can just have a one-off relationship and then just move on and nobody gets hurt, kind of thing, it's interesting, and especially when the doctor does turn up, played by Bill Hader, played wonderfully by Bill Hader, and he doesn't want that kind of relationship, and he doesn't take no for an answer, and he basically wears her down to get to.
It's the only way he could have done it.
He basically just becomes her boyfriend by not going away.
But not a stalker.
Not a stalker. But just when she says, "Oh no, this is it. You're going home now," he just goes, "No." And that's it.
And it does come across really well as well with the two girls who have this conversation literally just after she's met the doctor and she's spent the night with him, of having that awkward thing of the fact that he wants to see her again, he wants to actually be a bit more commitment based and actually go out to dinner again, and it freaks her out completely. And actually the friend who she's talking to has some amazing lines and really comes off just brilliantly. I think it's fair to say that everyone on it was really funny, apart from Amy, really, which was a shame, because I mean, she's the writer and of course it is her baby, so she's probably a bit more I don't know, kind of a bit more protective about what she was doing, a bit more concerned about how she was coming across with the comedy, but everyone else was just amazing, and the standout performance definitely was LeBron James which was weird. I mean, you know, just his lines and the way he delivered it and stuff was amazing, and you could see there were some really nice ad-lib moments, which actually worked out really, really well. But you could tell they were ad-lib and they were kept in as well, because he just had that nice little smile of just kind of like, I'm being really cheeky here, but I'm glad that we're going along with this. But yeah, well done to Bill Hader for keeping that going as well. It's brilliant.
I'm not a huge fan of Amy Schumer anyway. I'm not a great fan of her stand-up. I preferred her in this film. She was definitely better in this film, but yeah, no, she wasn't. She wasn't a stand-up performance for me. Bill Hader basically kept the film alive. I mean, he was the he was the guy who was really genuinely pushing the plot forward. That may be how it was written. We don't know, but he was a brilliant performance. Bill Hader, the opposite side of things. I really do like him. I like his work.
The thing that really held it all together as well, and I think which is why we got so many good performances out from a lot of the cast, was because it is well directed, and it's in good hands as well, because Judd is the same director of 40-Year-Old Virgin, all of those kind of really good sort of, not feel good comedies, but kind of those really awkward kind of comedies that they're real life to us, and we should really be laughing about them. But sometimes it's just kind of like you need that comedy side to go. Do you know what? It's not that bad. But it is great with some amazing comedy moments in there as well. And actually, some of the performances from Amy, the best ones from her were actually the really emotional scenes. Scenes about when she's talking about her father, and actually when she's sort of coming to reality about where she should be going in her life, and actually that it's okay to sort of settle down in a relationship and what her real feelings are. There are some really beautiful moments that she has there. I think it's just the comedy that just kind of lets it down just a little bit. It's just not as crisp as the other
It is odd, because she is the writer and she is by profession a comedian. So yeah, she definitely did do better in the serious parts of the film. The comedy ones. Odd, but maybe it may have been by design. I guess you never kind of know these scripts. Maybe she did write herself as being almost the straight person. Yeah,
one of the most surprising appearances in there was Tilda Swinton, and I didn't really realise it was her until just one scene, and it was just the way she looked. And I've never seen her like that at all, and it was quite an amazing sort of reaction you had as well.
I didn't believe you, because I realised I've never seen Tilda Swinton in a film where she looked quite so feminine, and she really does. She looks like she just looks just so incredibly feminine, and but she's brilliant. I mean, she always is. She's normally fantastic in this role as well.
Yeah, because she normally has such an androgynous kind of look. Yeah. You know, could be male or female. This is the first time you've seen her so effeminately portrayed, which is amazing, and I love her British accent.
Yeah, but in terms of cameos, I mean, this film really was full of them, apart from the Bron, which we'll talk about until then. There's also John Cena, who pops up as a bodybuilder boyfriend of Amy.
Yeah, that didn't turn out so well.
It was really good. It was genuinely good the way he played it though, and it's kind of...
was really good, especially the really awkward scene of just talking.
I mean, he is
dirty.
He comes across as being very in the closet bodybuilder, and some of the things he says is kind of like he's almost coming close to realising that. And it was fantastic acting. It really was.
There was some really outstanding performances. I mean, you did also notice a few cameos as well on posters that were dotted around. I definitely saw Russell Brand on one of those posters. I was like, but he's not in it. I was expecting them to actually make just a short appearance or something, but it was fine just having them on the wall. It was still quite nice to kind of see them. Nice little surprises and nods to some really good comedy stars as well.
So it's not a bad film. It's quite a good film. I would watch it again, and I mean, if you really do have to watch a romantic comedy, if you're forced to watch a romantic comedy, this is definitely one you should pick up, because it's more comedy than romance.
Yeah, I definitely say it. I wouldn't call it a chick flick or anything like that at all. I think it is quite good for both to enjoy. Probably not a date movie.
No, probably not a date movie.
Probably not a date movie. That's probably not. Trainwreck is not a train wreck. It's actually, it is a good film, and there are some really beautiful moments in there as well. But yeah, definitely hold on to the end, because there are some really good. It does, I think it kind of labours a little bit in the middle, and I think it's just after actually quite a tragic moment that happens to the main character, and after that it feels a little bit laboured, but after that it does really pick up. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't come into this film expecting much because, like I said, I'm not a big Amy Schumers fan. So watching a film that featured her and was written by her wasn't something I thought I'd enjoy, but I was wrong. It's well worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching. Bye, Flickers.
Bye. Thanks for watching the video, and if you did like it, then please hit the like button. And if you want to see more from us, then please hit subscribe.
And don't forget to leave a comment below. And if you've got any suggestions for films that we should be reviewing in the future, please leave us a nice little message. Oh, and check out our previous videos.